1, 2. Can you get my guitar, please? That's a joke. Very good afternoon or morning to you all. My name's Alex Palmer. I work for the resettlement team in stages 2 and 3. I'd like to introduce Saul. Round of applause for Saul.
Thank you.
So Saul came to resettlement last year after some time in the house and came to us for a history of ketamine use. And I think for me particularly, ketamine has been relatively new. So what we wanted to do was kind of meet Saul, interrogate Saul, and find out a little bit about what life was like, why he came here and what life's like now. So, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all good,
Okay.
mate.
So where did it all start for you? Where did ketamine start?
So ketamine started probably when I was about 16. Started going to like raves and I started getting on pills, MDMA, stuff like that. But I think with pills, MDMA, coke, drinking, there'd always be the consequences the next day, or like the come down of getting on it, or like the hangover of drinking. So the next few days after a session would be a write-off. And then I discovered Ket when I was about 16, and you wake up and you feel brand new. So there was no like real consequences straight away. Like you'd be able to wake up, go about your day, and just kind of, it was like yesterday didn't even happen. So it was quite like, you could wake up and just function, I suppose. That was my experience with getting into it. I kind of used it as a party drug, done it in small amounts, and then just went about my business, went about the week the next day, and it was brand new, really.
And where did it kind of start to escalate or become a bit of a problem for you?
So around the time I was going to raves and that, I was living with my mum. She'd never been around drugs, so she didn't really know what to do with me, so she kicked me out to my dad's. And the first conversation I had with my dad when I was speaking to him about why I got kicked out, I was explaining about the drugs, going to raves and stuff like that, and his response was, all right, like, you're just being a kid growing up. So from there, I kind of had the green light to use when I wanted. So quite quickly, it went from a Saturday to Saturday, Sunday, to Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I said there was no, like, where I could get on it, wake up at the start and feel brand new, like a fresh day. I could easily function, like I can go to work, I can go to, like, do normal life, really. So where I had the green light to do it, it just quite quickly just escalated and snowballed out of control.
And what was your first step into asking for help?
So my first, I got arrested when I was in 2017 for driving under the influence. And I remember in the cell there, I was like, I've got a problem here. It was the first time I probably admitted to myself I was an addict. So that was 8 years ago. And promised I'd never do it again, as you do, pray to whatever's out there. And then the first call I made when I left the station was to my dealer to pick up again. Like, I was utterly, like, just a shambles, really. So that was the first time I probably admitted I was an addict about 8 years ago, but I kind of just went with it. Like, I kind of just dealt with it. Like, that's how I really. So I had that. Then obviously my mum's dad started getting on your case. I started going to CA meetings, like just a checkbox to get them off my back to look like I'm doing well, instead of actually doing well. When in reality I was getting on it in the meetings, like just absolute chaos, really. But yeah, it was about February last year. Like, Ket attacks the bladder, so towards the end I was having to go to the toilet every like 2 minutes. There was no point me leaving the bathroom, because by the time I got to my room I'd have to go back and go to the toilet. So when that was like my rock bottom, really. Like, I was literally crawling down the stairs to like meet my dealer at the front door, crawl back up, and that was my quality of life. Like, I literally had none. Like, an average male bladder holds 700 ml capacity, and mine went down to 70. So a tenth of the average bladder. Like, I had no shot, really. So that was when I went to my drug and alcohol service in Erith called Pier Road. They was flirting with the idea about going to rehab, but I always thought it was like a rich thing. Like, you can't get it funded, you have to pay it for yourself. And even though I've been working since I was 16, like, I didn't really want to pay out the money to cover it. Do you know what I mean? That's money I could spend on drugs at the time.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the reality of it. But yeah, like, through there I was managed to get to they've got me in touch with my local council who have funded it, and then in October last year I come here.
And what was the start of stage 1? Or, the house like for you?
Start of this was all right. I think where I knew I was, I don't want to swear, but where I knew I was in a bad way, I kind of, like for me, I saw this as an opportunity where I can better my life. And so from like day dot really, I kind of just threw myself into it, like with everything. Like I was at every meeting, every extra curriculum, like just trying to get the most out of it while I was here, because when I go outside, I haven't got all this, so why would I not use the resources that Kenward provide, really?
And moving from the house to stage 2, when we were over in Tunbridge Wells, when we moved over to Tunbridge Wells, how was that kind of transition for you?
At first, the transition was quite hard. Like I think from here, from 9 o'clock till 4:30, you're like busy. Or Monday to Friday, your days are packed out with groups, like lunchtimes, registration, stuff like that. And then when you go to stage 2, you're left to your own, not left to your own devices, but you've got to make your whole structure of your week. So it's kind of trying to find that balance of staying in recovery and not letting yourself get bored, because see, if you're bored, there's a high possibility to be like, fuck it, so I can use.
Can we swear here?
No, I'll try not to, I'm sorry.
So as your key worker, I saw you throw yourself into like absolutely anything and everything suitable. Did that kind of stand you in good stead, because you've recently moved from stage 2 to London Road to stage 3?
So yeah, I think where my stage 2 and stage 3 are in the same area, so while I was building my recovery in stage 2 in Tunbridge Wells, it was kind of, and I only moved down the road, it was kind of just, like I said to you in the car, like it's just a bit of like, it's just another room. Like all my recovery and everything, my social life is all around there now. So I'd already built that in stage 2, so the transition in stage 3 was pretty easy for me.
I know you asked me not to ask you this, but kind of hopes for the like immediate future. Like I know you're going on holiday, you're going to be playing paddle over in Gran Canaria. You're planning to get to a meeting over there. So even when you're on holiday, the idea is that you're taking your recovery kind of with you. Yeah,
I kind of feel like I have to. Like, if I let the program slip, or the program I'm doing slip, then it will be very quickly that I'll go back into bad days. Like Holly said when she was up here, not every day's good in recovery, but like nothing's too unmanageable now where I have to pick up a drink or a drug, so it's kind of good. But my plans for my future, really, I'm trying to, at the moment, I've just got my DBS, or I was waiting for my DBSs to come back. I'm starting volunteering at the Amy Winehouse Foundation, going into schools, talking to young children or young people about the causes of addiction and how it can affect your life, really. So kind of just through lived experience, talk to young people and try and educate them in not telling them what to do, but try and make the right choices, I suppose.
Sure. And always good to end on a question about the bladder. How is like your physical health? Has that kind of got better? Has it got worse? Is it, what's the current situation? What's the long-term situation with your bladder?
So yeah, bladder's like it's like one of the only organs that doesn't fully heal or fully repair itself. So just before I come in here, I managed to I had like an operation that managed to blow my bladder back up like a balloon. Like they filled it with water, expanded it, and then it just settled. So it settled at 300 millilitres. When I first come in here, I was waking up throughout the night probably 10, 12 times a night to go to the toilet, and now I don't wake up at all. Like my health, my bladder's got so much better. I can do stuff. I do have to be careful what I drink. I can't drink caffeine. Caffeine irritates the bladder. So if I'd be in here, I wouldn't be able to sit here. I'd be in the toilet. But yeah, it's easily manageable now. I can just I used to like flirt with dehydration all the time because I didn't want to go to the toilet. I didn't have to keep going to the toilet. But now I can just drink as I please, really.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please give up for Saul. Thanks.